A warm hello and a very good afternoon to everybody watching us from the Viaduct Harbour here in Auckland. It's a beautiful sunny day for Aucklanders who have been experiencing a wild, cold and chilly weather throughout the month. So me and my team members planned to take advantage of this weather and shoot the video we have been working on since last couple of weeks. As we all know that New Zealand is one of the most preferred tourist attractions, and tourists from all over the world come to New Zealand to feel the hospitality that people talk about. Hospitality is one of the most popular, growing and advancing sector in the market globally. But still there are various concerns and issues related to this industry. The main objective of this video is to bring out to all of you the issues and concerns the hospitality industry is facing. So let's have a look. So now the question that arises is, what are the major issues, concerns and challenges being faced by the hotel industry and are of a big concern to them? And in this video we are going to address a couple of the issues and try to find the answers to it. To address a few of the issues that are being faced globally by the hotel industry can be categorized as lack of proper use of technology, or is it the shortage of skilled labor, or the operating cost that the industry is facing to maintain the standards, the consistency and the commitments that they promise to the valued customers. But in this video, we are going to focus and target on one of the most crucial and challenging concerns without which the hotel industry cannot perform and live up to its standards. That is shortage of skilled labor. So now that we have already got the issue that is a major concern and challenge to the industry, it is very important to know what actually the skilled labor stands for. And to answer this question, my team member Charles will try his best to give you the answer and solve the concerns related to it.
Thank you, Radhika, for explaining skilled labor as an issue, and for explaining further. I'll be doing it.
Not here, at my place. Just follow me. Thank you guys for coming to my place. For further details on skilled labor, let's go to Skydeck. Thank you for coming on the Skydeck, and I will define a bit more on skilled labor. Skilled labor can be defined as a labor who is highly trained and has a specific education level and has got expertise to perform the required task. The shortage can be listed in the form of short-term skill shortage, long-term skill shortage, but the labor has been concerned since quite a long while and can be listed under the category of long-term shortage of skilled labor. Thank you.
Now, as you have been already introduced with what the skilled labor stands for, it is very much clear that labor can make a lot of difference to the overall standards of the industry. Hiring the labor is not a tough job, but hiring the right people doing the right task is what sets the industry aside. So now, with the help of this video, we are going to figure out the main causes and the effect of globalization on the shortage of skilled labor, as well as we are going to come up with the recommendation and strategies which will help in reducing the shortage of skilled labor. And to do that, Rudraksh will help you find out the causes with the help of the expert review.
We know what skilled labor is. We need to find out the causes of skilled labor And to find out the causes, we need to meet some hotel industry experts regarding the causes of skilled labor. I'll introduce you all to Mr. Abhishek Sud, who is the duty manager of Grand Millennium Auckland. He'll give a better picture of what are the causes of skilled labor. Let's go.
Hi there. Just like to discuss some points about labor shortage or skill shortage in hospitality or hotel industry. What is basically skill shortage? It basically occurs when there is a certain shortage of skilled employees to work in a field of hospitality or hotels. And basically, hospitality is an industry where you require certain skills to acquire that job. Uh, in my point of view, the skills basically, I will talk about skills that are required first to get a job in a hotel or any hospitality industry, whether it's restaurant, airlines, travel and tourism, travel agencies. As first, we'll be talking about qualification. To acquire a job in hotels, every hotel look for a qualification that matches up to your skills. Like if you work in a hotel, you need a background of hotel management qualification or tourism and travel management qualification. You must have a knowledge about industry. Like if you need to get a job in hotels, you should know how a hotel works, how a hotel coordinates with each other, every department in a hotel. Your basic customer service skill is the must to get a job in hospitality industry. If you're not good with customers, if you're not a people-oriented person, I would say it's very tough to get a job in hospitality. Situation handling is also one of the skills that are must and required for working in a hotel. Situation handling could be anything from dealing with a guest for any fuzzy deals or any complaints that you need to handle. That there should be situation handling skills that you acquire. That's you get while you study in hospitality. What I would say influential factors for skill shortage is basically change in demand. Uh, I would say technology changes as well. Like back then, there was different kind of technology used in hotels, and from compared to now, what we now use is totally updated softwares. People lacking that kind of knowledge, and basically, if you're not having a hospitality background or you're not taught in hospitality, you will not have that knowledge about the softwares that we currently are using in hotels and any restaurant, any hospitality or tourism background. Mm, Other one I would say is movement of skilled employees. What people usually do is the skilled employees working in hotel industry for a long time move to other industries where they get paid more for it. That's how you get shortage of skilled people working in hospitality. They move to foreign countries where they get way more better pay than what they currently are getting in their home country. I would also say age requirements. Age requirements is also must in hospitality. Uh, People in hotels are looking for young employees, young enthusiastic employees to work for their hotels. Uh, there could be some jobs that are very tough for I would say elderly people to conduct, whereas they always look for youth. They're enthusiastic. They're ready to take up new challenges. There are some influential factors that I would suggest like that has led to change in demand of skilled employee or skill shortage of labor in hospitality. Thank you.
As per the experts' review, we have got to know that these are the 4 factors which affect the shortage of skilled labor, which is training, age factor, lack of technology use, and government regulations. In order to cope up with these factors, the hotel industry globally should introduce certain policies in order to reduce the shortage of skilled labor for employee development and for the growth.
Hello, good afternoon. We are here at Siddharth Restaurant with restaurant manager Stefano Baldin. So, Stefano, we are here to know like there are shortage of skilled laborers in hotel industry. So, what do you think? What are the main causes of it?
Well, I think the main causes for shortage of skilled labor in New Zealand especially is because there's not much culture about what hospitality industry is. I think the evolution of hospitality here in New Zealand has started probably not longer than 10 years ago. There's a bit more awareness of what hospitality is about and a bit more appreciation towards fine dining as well. If you think about it, probably 10 years ago there were 2 fine dining restaurants in New Zealand. Now maybe we have 10. So there's a big evolution, a big development going on, and the awareness is being raised in terms of hospitality, what people working in hospitality do, and the career that they can pursue. And there's more value given to it respect to the past, hopefully, but still, it's the beginning. So there's still a long way to go to get hospitality to be considered as a good branch, a good field to be working in.
So you think like hospitality here is booming now?
Definitely. Well, not right now, but probably in the past 5 to 10 years, I think there's been a big development. But there's definitely shortage for sure. We still struggle finding, good waiters, very good chefs, more so in the front of us than in the kitchen, because probably the chef's job is seen as something a bit more rewarding in a way, whereas front of house job especially is seen as some student job rather than a career. So something temporary in which people don't invest too much. They just do it to, survive while they study and then they move on to something else.
So what do you think? What are innovative approaches to reduce this shortage of skilled laborers in the hotel, in this industry?
Well, I think the fact that the industry is evolving will definitely help this, because as a consequence there will be more awareness of what the industry is, therefore people will be more interested in it. But more so, I think in terms of education as well, there is a need for a bigger commitment. When I think about back home in Italy, the course I did for hospitality school lasted 5 years, and it started when I was 14 years old. So you have 5 years of your main age where you get educated and formed, and you are studying that. So you are much more committed to that field. Whereas I think here in New Zealand, you don't start any earlier than maybe 19, 20 years old in studying this industry. And you don't study it for probably more than 1-2 years, I guess, most of the times, depending on the school you are on. But I think it's very important to start earlier than that. And the fact that a school will be there for students of, in the teenage, will also encourage people to understand the importance of hospitality as such, and help the development of it.
So you say that the students should start from the teenage, and so that they get more passionate about the industry and their job.
I believe so. Sometimes it's hard to take such decisions when you are that young. At 13, 14 years old, you don't really know what you want to do in the future, but nobody does, to be honest. And the fact that you study hospitality school doesn't prevent you to move on to something else for university or something if you want to, but you still have some kind of education that allows you to work in this industry, to have a basic knowledge that is certainly important, and is what probably employers seek for when they look for people. It's hard to hire people that don't know much about hospitality, especially in fine dining, because you need to always be top notch with your service, with what guests receive. Their experience has to be top. And to be honest, guests don't really care much about who you're hiring if their experience is not awesome. You need to be able to guarantee that, and at the same time to encourage young people to come in the industry. But it's hard. It's a fine balance between forming people, giving the education in the restaurant, and at the same time keep the level of the experience of your fine dining high. So it's a tricky point. But if you have people already partially formed and with the basic knowledge, it will be much easier to do that.
So, what are your thoughts on globalization on this shortage? Do you think globalization has a positive or any negative effect?
I think it's definitely positive. New Zealand culture at the moment is a huge melting pot of different cultures, and every influence that comes from overseas helps developing and broadening what the panorama is here in New Zealand, especially in terms of hospitality. I mean, all the ethnic restaurant with specialized cuisine wouldn't exist otherwise, and that's an effect of the globalization. So having influence from overseas, both in terms of cuisine that you can find here in New Zealand, and in terms of people that come in and bring in their own experience, will definitely help developing the hospitality environment and the industry as a whole.
So you say that it is because of globalization, it is easy to reach the authenticity of that particular cuisine or that food.
Certainly, but also in terms of a more broad, global, international cuisine and hospitality, the experience that comes from overseas, from places where hospitality is much more well established, and where there's already a big consideration. Hospitality is a very high level. They will have something to teach to us for sure. So having people coming in, or Kiwi people traveling and then coming back with a new experience will definitely help.
Okay, so we'll move on to next question. Like, what do you think impact of shortage of the skilled laborers in hospitality? Is there any impact in the industry?
Well, it's direct consequence, isn't it? If you don't have good people working for you, then you will never evolve, you will never develop. There will always be a limit set for what you can reach. So shortage of skilled labor is probably the major cause for non-development of the industry. That's for sure.
Thank you, Stefano. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So we have evolved some questions. We have got our answers, like what does industry wants from the labor's side. Thank you. Thank you, Stefano.
Thank you.
Step 1. Let's see what kind of bad behaviour I can sneak past my employees.
The big guy? Okay, sorry about that. I'll get
The trouble I'm about to serve up.
Sir.
Beef Wellington is on the menu. The plates are hot, but for this table, I've added a little bit of my thumb in their mashed potatoes.
Sir.
To the table.
Thank you.
Sir. Whoa.
Who doesn't enjoy a heavy pour?
Thomas? Thank you, sir.
Time to act quickly. Better move fast. The managers are closing in. All eyes are on me.
I'm finished.
Christina's finished, but I'm not quite done.
There's this place called Green Eggs, which is this awesome breakfast.
Man,
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
That's good. Maybe a date before second. So when
It has been a wonderful journey working and researching on the shortage of skilled labor, and the team, we all together have put in a great hard work and dedication, working for a couple of weeks and changing the location, deciding on the location. So to sum up the entire video, we have realized that the shortage of skilled labor is a major concern to the industry.
The causes which you have found out are of a big concern and needs attention on a serious note.
To overcome these challenges, industry should implement some policies that will retain their employees and help in their development in the industry.
So to conclude, we can say that a lot of teamwork, efforts and favorable policy are required which will help in reducing shortage of skilled labor.